come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the former Duke national champion. Hasn't paid for a meal in Durham, North Carolina since 2002. It's Jay Williams.
Nor do I plan on paying for a meal anytime soon, my man. But you know what? Free food out here for these guys. On the court tonight, they're ready to eat. Let's check out the action.
Jay, I have the tab the next time. Let's do this. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Beverly. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Irving to Dinwiddie. Durant. His first effort off the mark. To Leonard. Beverly. To Paul George. Paul George, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Durant. Ooh, he'll take that.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Beverly into the front court. His team up by 1. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
These are missed opportunities. When a guy puts his head down, the help defender closest to the ball, you need to get your hand and scrape inside there. If he has his head down, he can't see you coming from the blind side.
Beverly buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Kevin Durant, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Gets it in the right corner. Beverly, not easy.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Irving to Dinwiddie. Tough make through traffic.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
And he'll head to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And he connects on the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Beverly to Leonard. You've got to get that one to go.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
You know Kyrie, zero hesitation. Buries it for 3.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Paul George A pass stolen by the Nets. Fires the three. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Someone's not going to be happy about that. You have to be careful on the inbounds.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Leonard. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To Jordan. Irving. He made his first effort, but not that time. The follow won't go either. Beverly into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Williams. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Ivica Zubac. Couple of free throws on the way. 71% for his career. Off the mark on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Nets have the basketball. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Leonard. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Deep three at the buzzer. We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching on to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
You know why?
Why?
Because of the versatility. Because this is positionless basketball, which makes it beautiful to watch. Everybody can triple threat, dribble, drive, shoot the three, do things from long distance. It's a thing of beauty where this game is going.
Leonard. Not that time. He missed it.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Hat-trick Beverly. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Strong finisher, Paul George.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. George. Harris's shot won't go.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Cruises inside for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Kevin Durant, 3 for 6 now. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Beverly into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Leonard. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Paul George. The pass set it all up. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Beverly. Won't go down. Durant across the timeline. Down 12. Stuffs it down with authority. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Irving, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. George. He'll get it down low to Harrell. And scores.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
To Dinwiddie. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Team foul number 1. First foul in the last 2 minutes. Entering the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 40, Ivica Zubac.
Count it. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Wide open look won't go. To George. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
To Irving. Durant against George. Kevin Durant. With that, he's 5 for 9.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Drives, but a shot won't go down. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
That'll do it for the first half. And a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Fires the 3, and Paul George nails it from downtown.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Kyrie Irving.
To Beverly. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Durant to Irving. Beverly to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc.
To number 7, Kevin Durant. That's his first personal.
Kawhi Leonard is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Second and 3, got it. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. To Dinwiddie. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Spencer Dinwiddie at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Beverly into the front court. His guy's up by 15. And he hits. To Jordan. Kawhi Leonard rejects it. Knocked loose.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Leonard. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Don't forget, fans, you can present your tickets now at any participating Bunsville Burgers restaurant for a 10% discount on your meal. Bunsville Burgers, where the grill is magic.
Irving to Durant. He gets it.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Clippers have got it.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Leonard. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Into the front court, it's Irving. His guy's down big to Durant. Irving. That's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Durant to Irving. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Stepping in for LA, number 23, Louis Williams.
To Jordan. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Durant. Can't get the bounce. To Leonard. 4-3. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Clippers have it. Lets it fly from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Jordan. And the Clippers with the rebound. To Leonard. The feed stolen away. Williams to Paul George. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Durant. Tough matchup against George. Count the bucket for 2.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Paul George to Williams. A pass stolen by the Nets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To George. Williams to Paul George. Beyond the arc for three. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the rebound comes down to Harris. Turns and slams it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
And throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
That's the end of the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Paul George locked in. Hits the tough three.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Shot from the lane won't go. To George. And the finish. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
For three, message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Irving. Kyrie Irving. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Irving to Durant from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Jordan. No good. To Harkless. DeAndre Jordan with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kawhi Leonard. Count the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Kyrie with the rock. To Durant. Here's a chance from long range. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Gets to the basket and scores.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Not that time. To Leonard. To Irving. Big finish at the rim. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And scores.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
George, down for Harkless. To Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. Beverly fires the three, and the rebound taken in by Jordan. To Irving. Lays it up and in.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. So it'll stay with the LA Clippers. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And Kyrie Irving makes good from beyond the arc.
And a defense's ability to recognize personnel and think thoroughly and precisely in real-time moments, that's everything for your transition D.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down a bundle. Durant to Irving. Fires the three. Smothering D. LA Clippers with the basketball to Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Shot off the